Alright guys, Hayzink here. Welcome back to the channel for another Street Fighter Duel video. So, as you can see above, tomorrow we are going to have an announcement for a new unit coming in the game. And it is going to be a previously unreleased character. Now, I've got a guess at who that character is. I haven't been outright told who it is, I've just got a suspicion of who it is and I've hinted at it already. But I'm going to go over the characters who there is art for, who've not been released in the game, which I've been led to believe that's what we're looking at, a character whose designs exist, but they're not released yet in the game. So let's look at what probable options we have who could potentially be coming to the game, and I'll rate the odds on that happening. So let's go through these. So available who's got designs, you might have seen, I think all of these characters at some point have been in thumbnails of mine. First up we've got Akuma, trendy Akuma. He is designed, he exists within the game files, not the character, just the art, right? But he's never been released in any version of the game, so that means he fits the criteria of a character that we could get. What's the odds in it being this character? In my opinion, probably zero, and the reason I see that is I just cannot see this unit releasing as anything other than a special summon. Maybe to some people that might seem a little bit strange. Why would you have two Akumas in the special summoning pool? Well, because they think he will make money. So I do not see Akuma being the unit who exists design wise, but not in the game. So I don't think he's going to be the unit that's coming tomorrow. The other unit that kind of falls into that same criteria, although it could be, right, but we've got Trendy Bison. For pretty much the same reasons as Akuma, I can't see Trendy Bison being anything other than a special summon. I mean, he could be a legend, same thing goes for Trendy Akuma as well. They want to try and maximise what little profit they can make these days, and I cannot see them releasing this Bison as anything other than a pay-to-win character. They've already done that with one Bison, and to be honest, if they could go back in time, they would probably put normal Bison into the special summoning pool if they could do that, but obviously they can't. So would they put a standard trendy Bison into the normal divination pool, or even the normal pool? I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. There's one more that I know of that's unreleased, and it's Vega. Now, I mean, I think there's an outside chance that Vega has a higher probability of potentially being the unit that comes along. However, I don't feel like it's too long ago since we got standard Vega, and to just release another Vega so soon, I don't know, it seems like a bit of a stretch to me, so I don't expect it to be him. Now the next two characters are the most likely characters, and the one I'm going to talk about last is who I think it's going to be, but it could just as easily be this next character, okay? So, we've got Heavenly King Crimson Viper, okay? There's a chance it could be her. There's a chance it could be her. The thing about these unreleased units is there is no baseline that they have to work towards. Not that that matters because they've made wholesale changes, right? But their kits are not designed, right? So they could make the attacks for her have electricity. They could make them have thunder, lightning, whatever we're actually calling the class, right? And they could make her a factional unit. There's no actual reason that this unit has to be a special summon, because it is designed new, like absolutely new. This will kind of show us now how serious they are, if they are wanting to make any changes, if they are wanting to kind of turn the player base back on a little bit and make them a bit more excited about things. Whatever unit is coming tomorrow, it's unreleased. They could 100% make it a factional unit, and Viper, I think she would be okay to fit that bill. I think she would be a character who maybe isn't hype enough for them to necessarily only put as an Inferno or a Masterclass unit. Do I expect them to? Probably. But there is the outside possibility that they don't do that and they in fact make whoever's being added a factional unit. Strong chance that that could happen. Don't want to get anyone's hopes up, I'm just saying there is a chance it could happen. So if it's Viper, there's definitely a higher probability of it being a factional unit than if it was Vega, Bison or Akuma. Now the next unit is the one I think it's most likely to be, and it's Rose, Fortune Telling Rose. Couple of reasons for this. Rose's divination event's running. She's a waifu, as people would refer to her. They've kind of been struggling to make money, and what a lot of gacha games tend to do is when they're struggling to make money, they release characters in skimpy outfits, and obviously that's what Rose is. So she could very well be a character that would fit that bill. She could technically also be a factional unit because there is no baseline, there is no design for this character's kit. So they could make her be whatever they want her to be. She could be Inferno, she could be Master, she could be Wind, Thunder or Flame. They've got the capability to do it because they're designing her kit. But at the same time, she could also be a paid for legend. We do not know what the unit that is coming out is going to be. That's the only downside. Usually there's little hints. There's no hints. There might be hints on the social media post tomorrow, but even if it says something like coming to the mall, the criteria behind that has now changed, where it used to mean that meant the unit was going to be a legend, but after Ibuki was leaked to us as coming to the mall, which always meant legend, that meant master, because you can buy master units in the mall. So they could change her. They could, if she is the unit that's coming out, they could make her legend, they could make her master, they could make her Inferno, but they could just as easily make her a factional character, right? Now again, this is just my prediction, and I've outlined my reasons for the prediction. It is just really shallow, the reason that I'm thinking this, which is simply put, they want to make money. This is the route these companies tend to go when they want to make money. She's got a thigh out, she's got cleavage. That's enough for a lot of average gacha spenders to go out and summon a unit. At least that's the mentality that these developers think. So I think they'll try and play the waifu wildcard, and that's what they're going to probably do. Which means that, again, there is the probability of her, but I'm just leaning more towards her. So I guess we'll need to wait and see, but they are going to be releasing a unit tomorrow. Like I showed you in that previous image, it's going to be an unreleased character. My understanding is that's not a collab or anything like that. That is an existing Street Fighter character that's just not been released, that there is like designs in the game for, which would fall into the criteria of these guys. There's also a Sakura who could potentially release. I'll show you what she looks like. Again, I've used her in thumbnails at some point, this one here, but she's got a name, New Year's Eve Sakura. Doesn't make sense to me that she would be the unit that would release, although she could, I guess, but I am leaning a lot more to Fortune Telling Rose. I hope they make her a factional unit. They've got complete clean slate, they can do what they want with this unit. I really hope if it is her, or even if it's her, they make them a factional unit. It would be great. In fact, if they made her a DPS character again, but for Thunder, and she was pretty much just as good as Flame, I think that would be an absolute win for the game. Will that happen? I don't know. I honestly don't know. They need to calm down on the Inferno and Master characters, so maybe. But again, my overriding thought is it's probably going to be her. But again, this is purely speculation based on the characters that we have available that are not currently in the game. I feel strongly about these characters. Maybe not him, but definitely these two. they'll be paid in some way, whether it's through special summon or legendary characters. He would be a unit that I think would, again, maybe fall into the same criteria. Strong chance he could just be an Inferno character when he's eventually added, but he does seem like someone they would maybe paywall and make him a legend. These characters seem the most probable to me to come out on not an event, just as a summon. So I'm putting my money on her, but I would probably give each way odds on it potentially being her as well. So we'll need to wait and see when we get the silhouette tomorrow. The fact that I'm showing you these images just now means that when you see the silhouette, you will be able to identify who it actually is. But when that happens, I'll be back tomorrow with a video talking about it. I just hope it's not a divination character, because honestly, like I discussed the other day, no one's got divination tickets. Where are you going to get them? Like, it's so difficult. And then you've got characters like Evil Ryu, Akuma. Once you get those guys to Triple S, you're going to be summoning them in the divination pool, so there's not really a lot of places to get divination stuff from, so it's going to be really hard to get people excited if it's just another divination character. So I'm really hoping that these characters, when they do release, because they're brand spanking new, they can be released as a factional unit. So I'll cross my fingers and my toes, but I'm certainly not holding my breath. So we'll find out tomorrow. Anyway guys, sneaky peeky, and I'll catch you all on the next video. Peace.